past is the past. And it's the past for a reason. It is not coming back. Ladies and gentlemen, BobbieD coming to you live from the Lombard, Cebu, Philippines. Having an awesome time. Hope you are as well. Today is the day that you should forget about past. I remember the Beatles had this song that said, yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it seems as though they're here to stay. Yesterday, suddenly why she had to go, I don't know, you wouldn't say I did something wrong. Now I know, yesterday. Remember that song, Yesterday, by the Beatles? One of the craziest songs that ever was sung or made in the history of man, because it ties you back to the past. It focuses on allowing you to live in the past. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, when you live in the past, this is going to be trouble in your present. The past is the past, and it's not coming back. So why are you trying to bring back the past in your life? Huh? It can never be any good associated with you dwelling in the past. Okay? Listen to me, I'm talking to you good now. I got 3 things for you today to tell you why some people live in the past. Okay? Number 1, people live in the past because they are afraid of, they were traumatized as children, or something traumatized them in the past. And so they have never overcome that trauma. They have never overcome that drama. The drama mama. And so they living in the past. Don't do that. Sometimes you got to break free of the past. Because if you don't break free of the past, my guys, the past will hold you back. You ever had a reins? You ever ride a horse and you just hold the reins of the horse and the horse runs too fast, you just pull back on the reins? What do? You stop. That's what happens. When you pull back on the reins of the memories of your mind, it causes you to dwell in the past tense of your life. Am I going too fast for you? I'm going to slow it down. Yeah, you cannot live in the past. There's nothing that's going to help you in your life when you live in the past. When you live in the past, people in the present day pass you by. Because they call you an old fuddy-duddy, the old fogey. You ain't got it, something ain't right with you. Because you living in the past. Well, Johnny left me. Yeah, you living in the past. It's over. Okay? So the first reason was what? People live in the past because of trauma. Traumatic events that happen to them as children, as adults sometimes. Nevertheless, traumatic events have a tendency to hold us in the past because we've never had the ability to shake it off, take it off, make it off, bake it off, whatever we got to do, shred it in our life. And so that's what happens. Okay? Secondly, not only does traumatic events hold us in the past, but fear hold us in the past. Yeah, we become afraid of things that happen to us in the past. I just told you traumatic events happen to us. And so we don't want to see it again. So we become afraid. We live in fear of that traumatic event, possibility of it happening again to us. The Bible said that we should not walk in fear, but walk in faith. Yeah, by faith, not by sight, by faith. When you live in the past, it allows you to be faithless. When you live in the past, it allows you to never have a rootedness, a groundedness, a confidence about yourself, okay? I don't know about you, man. I don't want to live in the past. I want to live right now, because that's all I got. I can't think about tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't got it yet. Well, I'm going to worry about it and yesterday is gone. The past is gone. It ain't coming back. Yep. It's gone. And it ain't coming back for a reason, because it was never meant to be back. It was never meant to be relived in your life. But because of your fear of the traumatic events, you're fearful that it will happen what? Again. Okay? I'm telling you, man, the past is gone. The only reason that past is going to come back in your life and it happen again is because you relive it in the memory banks of your mind. In the memory chips, in the memory banks, in the memory corners of your mind, you relive that past tense trauma, traumatic event. And every day you think about it, it's like it's happening over to you, happening over again, over and over in your mind again. So fear will root you. Fear will stop you. Fear will paralyze you. Yeah. It'll paralyze your mind. It'll paralyze your heart. It'll paralyze your thoughts. It'll paralyze your spirit. I'm telling you, man, it will take your vision away. You might have clear vision, but when you fear, all kind of hell be in front of your eyes. Because you ain't seeing right. When you can't see right, you can't think right. When you can't think right, you can't walk right. When you can't walk right, you can't eat right. And you can't sleep right. Because of fear in your life. And the fear is because you're living in past tense. You're thinking that, well, this is going to happen again. You're so fearful. I remember what happened to me yesterday. All my troubles seem so far away. Yeah, yesterday is gone. But you still living in the past. You still living in yesterday. And I'm going to tell you something, man. You got to let it go. But if you don't let yesterday go, yesterday will keep you wrapped up in fear. Will keep you wrapped up in trauma. Yeah, trauma that you went through. It's gonna bind you up. And you never can shake loose. You never can become free of who you really need to be. Okay? I'm going to tell you, man. Truth, trauma, fear. And the third one, it keeps you held back, is shame. Yeah, shame, S-H-A-M-E. Some of y'all like playing the shame game. Well, yeah, I'm so ashamed that happened to me. Yeah, you're ashamed of that trauma that happened to you as a child. You're ashamed of that drama, you know. You're ashamed of that fear that it happened again. You know? You're ashamed that it ever happened to you in the first place. Well, I was a little kid and they did this to me. The shame will hold you back, man. Shame will hold you back, ladies. Hey, if it happened to you, you were the cause of it. Someone did it to you. It's not your fault. Shake off the shame. Shake off the doubt. Shake off the fear. Shake off the trauma. Shake it off. Move on with your life. Living in the past tense because of trauma, because of fear, because of shame will never allow you to move forward in your life because it holds you back. It never allows you to be free. It's like a shackle, a chain, a ball. You ever seen a ball and a chain on a man or a woman or a dog chasm? They can't go forward. They can't get free. They got a weight that's holding them down. The Bible talks about shake off the weight. You got to shake the weight off of you, man. How do you shake off the weight, Bobby? I don't know how do you shake off the weight by moving forward in your life. Thinking forward thoughts, thinking positive thoughts, thinking positive living, and forgetting, shedding off, shaking off, taking off the weight of the past that's holding you what? Down to the ground because of the trauma, because of the fear, because of the shame in your life. You gotta let it go, man. If you don't let that trauma go, if you don't let that fear go, if you don't let that shame go in your life, you will never amount to anything. You will never come to the realization of who you really are in life. Because the shame will change your mindset. The shame will change your personality. The shame and the fear and the trauma will change who you are really supposed to be. I don't know about you, man, but I want to be all I can be in this life. I was born for a reason, and I was born for a season. And I want to know what that is. I will never know what my true purpose in this life is if I'm walking in trauma, if I'm walking in shame, if I'm walking in fear. Because I'm too full of trauma, I'm too full of shame, I'm too full of fear to move out of my familiarity. I'm locked in a shell, I'm locked in a jail of shame, I'm locked in a jail of fear, I'm locked in a jail of trauma. And that's my jail cell for the rest of my life. That's your sentence. It's not what happened to you that determines your life. It's how you deal with it, man. Yeah. You know, the lady left you because she didn't love you. And you all wrapped up in shame, you all wrapped up in trauma, you all wrapped up in fear. And you can't move forward. Well, Sheila gone. I don't know what I'm going to do. Sheila gone. Yeah, she gone now. It's on you, buddy. You can't blame her for your problem. It's over, Casanova. You got to move on with your life. Buddy, sister, you got to move on with your life. That man left you. He left you for a reason. And so you can't keep on trying to wish him back into your life. It don't work like that. That's unreasonable thinking. You have to think positive. You have to shake off the negativity that's holding you back, and you have to move forward. It's hard sometimes, you know, the ball of shame, the ball of doubt, the ball of fear, to be so big and heavy, you can't take it off by yourself. Sometimes you need friends. You need people to help you shake it. Call your counselor, call your pastor, call friends, your trusted people. Hey, look, man, let me help you get through this. We're going to go out together, we're going to talk about this, and we're going to, get somebody that can help you move through that life level of difficulty that you're having. I see people every day walking around here, and they're looking crazy. They can't think right, they can't walk right, they can't talk right, but they don't let some man or woman mess them up in life. Okay? And you have the ability to deal with that. You have the ability to shake that off. You have the ability to take that off. It's all up to you. Don't let something minor become a major in your life. Yeah, things happen to you. Everybody has issues in life. There's no one perfect except the Father. That's what I read in the Bible. Yeah? So when you have an issue in life, you have to overcome the issue and stop living in the past. Yesterday is gone. The past is the past. And the past is the past for a reason. It's not coming back. And when you come to realization in your life that it's not coming back, then you can move forward in your life. That's why I'm here to tell you today. That trauma you went through, it's not coming back. That trauma that caused you fear, the fear of that trauma, it's not coming back. The shame that trauma ever happened to you, it's not coming back. Get over it. There's so much more waiting for you in life. And if you never shake it off, you never discover the real you in life. Okay? A lot of times, as children, things happen to us. And we have a tendency to dwell on those things. When you dwell on those things, you're living in the past. Yesterday is gone. Remember that? Yesterday, all my troubles. Yeah, you had no trouble. It's gone, man. It's gone. It's over, Casanova. Get over it. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit to you, you can never live in the past. You should never dwell in the past. You should never make the past your home life. You should never make the past your dwelling place. When you dwell in the past, you're dwelling in hell. Yeah, you heard me. You're dwelling in hell because you're reliving the pain, you're reliving the sorrow, you're reliving the trauma, you're reliving the drama. All of the shame, all the hate, all that stuff is coming right back up to you. And nobody's doing it to you but you. You're doing it to yourself. It's self-sabotage in the making. Because you can't shake it off, take it off, make it off, bake it off. Whatever you got to do, you got to get it off of you. And that's all right. Okay? So, life is for the living, and it's for the living in the present tense of the moment of now. Living in the past will never make you well. I'm sorry to tell you that. I know I burst some of y'all bubbles, but some of y'all like to play the victim. Yeah, I don't know why they did that to me. When I was 6 years old, when I was 13, when I was 20, I don't know. Yeah, it's gone. Past tense. I'm sorry that you went through the trauma you went through. I'm sorry that you felt fear of the trauma. I'm sorry that you have a shame that trauma ever happened to you. But it's not going to come back unless you bring it back from the corners of your mind, from the memory banks of your mind. You keep going to the graveyard, digging up the dead, digging up the past. And you keep wanting that past to traumatize you all over again. Is that crazy or what? That is ridiculous. Let it go. Okay? It's over. I hereby prophesy to you that your life is going to be better when you let go of the negativity of your past tense living. Living is for the life. Life is for the living, and for people that are living, it is for the present tense of now. Live in the moment of now, and you'll be much better off for it. My life is dedicated to the Lord, and it's dedicated to living for the Lord right now. Tomorrow hasn't got here yet. You know? Yesterday is gone. It ain't coming back. So why am I going to dwell in the past for? Y'all, that Beatles song, y'all better throw it in the trash. Huh? Throw it in the trash. Because that's all it's good for. You know, people listen to that Beatles song, yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. You know that? Now I see it's here to stay. I believe in, don't believe in yesterday. Because yesterday is for fools. It's for people that want to play the victim. Want to draw you into their pity party. I'm not going to be with you, man. When you bring, you start that crying with me, I'm going to look here, man. Let me tell you something. I'm sorry that happened to you, but you need to straighten it up. Straighten yourself up. Walk like a man, talk like a man, let that go. And when you act like you want to get out of it, I'm going to be your best friend. But when you act like you can't get out of it, I'm going to walk away from you. That's what I do. I don't abide with people when they pity party. Because that pity party spirit will be coming on me. I'm not the one with that pity. You know, I was raised in a family that taught me to be positive. I was raised in a family that taught me to have self-love. You know, a tough love. You know what I'm saying? And to love myself and to be better than putting my own self down. You are sabotaging your own life. You are your biggest, worst enemy. Public enemy number one is you, mister. Yeah, you heard me. Public enemy number one is you, sister. You're sabotaging your own reality by going back into the past trauma, the past shame, the past fear of your life. Grow up. Live up. Be up. Step up. Step up. Walk up. Walk into the newness of life and the present tense living of life. Your life will change. It will turn through a 180. You'll be a whole new person. But you'll never get there dwelling in the past. Y'all better listen to me. Y'all better listen to me. I'm telling you this because you need to know it. You tuned into this show this morning. You tuned into this live stream this morning because you needed to hear that. Yeah, you heard me. Yeah, you missed it. You missed it. Looking at me right now. You needed to hear that. This is just for you. You, sister. Yeah, you, sister girl. Sister lady. You needed to hear that. Crying about that man. Oh, you just, Johnny, I just wish Johnny would come back to me. I don't know what I'm doing about him. Okay. Johnny ain't thinking about you. You the fool for thinking about him. When he told you he don't want you no more, he don't love you no more, he don't need you, he wants you out of his life. And you still hanging on to some warped, weird memory in the corners of your mind, how Johnny kissed you, how Johnny did you in the bedroom, in the headroom. Yeah, let that stuff go. It ain't gonna get you nowhere, but down, down, down to the ground. Oh yeah. I'm hurting him. I'm getting on some heads today. I'm busting some heads today with the truth. The Bible says that the truth will make you free. You want to live in a lie? Keep living in a lie. See how far that. Let me know how that work out for you 10 years from now. Living a lie. Let me know. Can you let me know how that work out? How that living in that lie? Let me know how that work out for you 10 years from now. Okay. You'll be in the same place or even worse. Living in a lie. Live in the truth. Yeah, it hurts when somebody tell you they don't want you no more. It hurts when you can't have the one you love. It hurts, I know. But when you don't get over the hurt, that's even worse than the hurt you're feeling right now. Oh, that went over your head. I'm going to say it again. When you don't get over the hurt that you're experiencing, that's even worse than the hurt that you're experiencing right now because you didn't get over it. You didn't get over it, Casanova. You didn't get over it. Man, life is about moving forward. I remember the guy named Rocky. I remember Rocky in the movie. There's one movie, Rocky, boxer. Rocky said, it's not about what happened to you in life. It's not about how many hits you can take. He said it's not about you getting hit. The hit's gonna come in life. He said it's about how many hits you take and keep on moving forward. That's what it's about. How many hits you can take in the ring and keep moving forward. That's what life is all about. Because you're going to get the hit. The hits are guaranteed in life. Okay? Ain't nothing easy, as Jordan Reese. Nothing in the world is easy. So you're going to be a hit. You're going to hit one time and cry and jump on the ground and stay there. Then you ain't going to mount to nothing. And everybody else that see you going to hit you again. And again, because you are pumped. You pumped your life out. You dropped out of the reality of the world and you wanted to live in your fantasy world. Okay? That's what's called retreating in life, reversal in life. You have to move forward. We were born to move forward. We were born to win. We were born to live strong. We were born to live long. But when you live in the past, you're aborting your life. You're aborting your length of life and your strength of life and your quality of life. Your quality of life is based on how much pain, how much shame, how much drama, how much fear you can endure and move through it. That will determine your quality in life. That will determine your strength in life. Okay? You don't believe me? Ask Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was one of the best boxers in the world. He lost his touch now, but when he was on his heyday, can nobody beat him. He had a very, very rough life, childhood. He had to go on the street and get food. And he robbed people for money because he had nothing. But he got through it. He walked through that. He found something that would help him get through it. He went into boxing, got through that. Same thing, man. It's not what happens to you in life. How you deal with it. How you shake off the pain. No pain, no gain. Okay? You got to shake it off. You want some gain in your life? All you feeling is major pain? Shake off the pain. Shake it off, pain, and then you'll get some gain. But if you never shake the pain off, you always roll around on the floor crying and whining. Nobody wants to be around that sad story. Nobody wants to be. That's why every time you see somebody you know, you say, hey, y'all, they turn the other way because they don't want to hear your story. Okay? Past is a past for a reason. That's what we're talking about today. It is not coming back. But you bringing it back. It's a self-sabotage of your life. It's a self-sabotage of your very existence in this thing we call life. Stop messing with your own life and blaming everybody else. You the cause of your problem. Look in the mirror. Michael Jackson, the man in the mirror. You look in that mirror and stop blaming the white man. Look in that mirror, stop blaming your mom. Look in that mirror, stop blaming your daddy. Look in that mirror, stop blaming the people on your job. Okay? It's about you. I'm not gonna sit up here and say, they did you wrong. I'm not gonna do that. If you were a child, then I could maybe play that child game with you, that bad baby crying. I could play that with you. But you're grown now. When you reach the status of adulthood, all that stuff is over with. You can't blame nobody but you, because you're now responsible for shaking it off. You're now responsible for taking it off. You're now responsible for moving forward. Your mama can't help you. Your daddy can't. When you're adult, it's your job. Okay? So, past the past, for a reason, it is not coming back unless you bring it back from the corners of your mind, from the memory banks of your mind every day, every way. That's how you make it come back. That's how it never leaves you, because you won't leave it alone. Leave the past alone, and the past will leave you alone. Right? When you never leave the past alone, it will wrap you up tight and never let you go. And you will never experience the fullness of who you're supposed to be in this life, because you're still wrapped up in the drama. You're still wrapped up in the trauma. You're still wrapped up in the fear. You're still wrapped up in the shame of it all. But I'm telling you, man, you say, Bobby, you ain't right. You ain't have to say that to me. Okay, sorry. If you feel that I didn't say something to you wrong, I humbly apologize to you. But I'm going to tell you, what I said to you today was much needed for you to hear. Okay? And I don't come on this air. I don't come on the internet and just say things to play with you. Because I take life too serious than to play with people's mind and play with people's soul and play with people's personality. I don't do that. I tell you stuff that some of you need to hear. And those of you that are tuned in, and those of you who will tune in the future to this, you needed to hear this. And it's for you, okay? Anybody don't look at this, it's not for them. But the people that tuned in, decided to tune into this channel today, it is for you, mister. You can deny it all you want. You know, the first step of any time we in trouble, the first thing we do is what? We get in denial. Well, that's not me. No, that's not me. No, I think you got the wrong person. That's not me. That's for you, mister. That's for you, sister. The very people that need this will go into denial. You know? And then once they get out the denial, the next step is, well, you know, I might be. They may try to accept it, but it takes a while to get out of the denial stage. You have to come to the reality that it is you. Once you accept your issue, then that's the first step of getting out of it, okay? All right, that's all I got for you today. I'm out here in a yellow mall. I'm getting the groceries for the day, for this week. We're doing some other things. Let me tell you, hey, guys, guess what? I lost my glasses, man. You know, my reading glasses. And I had to go back to my old ones. And so today, DCD said, let's get you some new reading glasses. So I'm waiting for my new reading glasses to come out. I just took a old frame I had, went to them and told them to put the new lens in there. So I'm waiting for them to do that. We should get back today. But that's why we're here. We got a lot of stuff to do. It's been a busy week. DCD has been having the time of her life. She had a Valentine's Day, sponsored by Pastor Charles and his wife Dom. It's beautiful. So we decided we wanted to do Valentine's Day yesterday, but she said, "Nah, we already had mine." I said, "Okay." So we're going to do something probably Friday or Saturday, make go out somewhere. But we had the best Valentine's Day ever. If you never had a great Valentine's Day and you want to see how one looks like, go look at that video. I did about 3 or 4 videos on Valentine's Day. Check it out, man. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Okay? Do it right, tight, long term. I'm gonna find out who around the same Bobby D one day gonna go up. Who we got? I'm gonna get out of here, man. Hold up now. I told you I can't see too good. Hold up. Let's see. We got a lot of people out here. Alright, yeah, I can't see too good. Markel in the house. So what's up? First man up is Markel. Good to see you. He said, what's up? I can't. What's up about family? I can't see that first. Okay. Murphy, hey, what's up, Murphy? I told y'all I left, but I'll get waiting on my glasses. Murphy, what's up? Who we got here? This is Michael. Michael? Is it Michael? Yeah, Michael. He said, BobbieD, hello. Anyway, I'm not going to try to read all this stuff, but I don't have my glasses. But I want to thank you all for showing up today, showing out, making life worth the living. And for those of you that needed this message, you're welcome. You heard me. You're welcome. You can thank me now, or you can thank me later. But you're welcome. You know, sometimes we don't know what's best for us. Sometimes we don't know what's good for us because we still wrapped up in misery. We still wrapped up in our little game of shame and fear and trauma, you know? Gotta let that stuff go, man, you know? And I'm talking to you from experience, okay? I can tell you, I think I told many of you this before about my first love ever in my life. I was 18 years old, and I had a young lady named Sandra, and she was beautiful, man. She was the kind of woman I like. She had cream colored complexion, long jet black hair, similar to Lisa D. That's why I know that's the kind of woman I like. And man, I thought I was in heaven. And she put me down to I went with her for 2 years. She used me up. She used me everything because I had a good job. I had money. When I graduated from school, I worked for the telephone company, you know. And then I went to college, you know, as well. So I had good money. I bought a car, you know. So every time she turned around, I took her this, took a family this way, you know. I thought I was their chauffeur, you know, but I loved her, you know. And she used me up till she got everything she wanted from me. She let me go. I said, what? I said, I thought I did for you, you know. So yeah, and I pined away for her for at least 6 months until my mother, my beloved grandmother, she said, come here, son. I said, what's wrong, Mom? She said, I'm tired of you crying. I'm tired of you acting a fool with this girl. They let her go, son. I said, what do you mean, Mom? I knew exactly what she meant because I wasn't going nowhere. I locking myself up in the house with trying to, you know, I told you by the time I was stalking her, right? I would call her on the phone, man. Back in the days, they didn't have no call ID, right? So I would call her on the phone, and I just wanted to hear her voice. And she said, hello. And I was just melt. When she said hello, I was just melt. She said, this you, Bobby? I said, I know that you, Bobby. Bam! The car hit over. Yeah, I'm probably crazy stuff. I told you, man. I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. I'm talking to you from experience, okay? I've been there. And I don't want to live in the past no more. Sandra was, for the time I needed her, she was what I needed her for. But her time had expired in my life. And I was trying to renew her time in my life, and it was not to be. It was fine. If the Lord wanted me to move on, to find greener pastures, better people. And long story short, I'm gonna tell you about Sandra. I saw her again, maybe 2-3 years later. I'd already gotten over her and everything. And when I saw her, man, I could not believe my eyes. I didn't know who she was, man. She was about 5 times the size. She wasn't big as a hand when we were dating. And then she had a big old, I don't know what, it might have been a wig, I don't know what it was. And she had 4 kids in the car. Come on. She's blowing a horn at me, boom, 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 Bobby. Who is this? She said, you don't remember me? I said, is that Sandra? I barely got, when I got up on, I said, that's Sandra? Said, yeah. You know, man, I was like, I'm so glad that the Lord took her out of my life and I moved on to better. She went down in life and I went up, okay? So, when you live in the past, you will go down. And when other people you're thinking about will start going up, okay? You know, I thought about it for 6 months till I had somebody good in my life that taught me and showed me how to let go of that negativity. And I let it go. I ain't looked back at her. And she was still single. She had 4 kids and still single. I wanted to give me her number. I said, nah, it's all right. Nah, take the number. I took the number and I threw it in the trash. You know that back in them days, you write it down. I threw it. I'm cool with her. I had another girlfriend, and but you never know what's out there until you let go of the past. Okay? But you have to, and it takes strength. What did it take to let go of the past? It takes strength. Okay? Strength, mental strength, emotional strength, physical strength, spiritual strength. All of that is what it takes. And if you ain't got that, you better find somebody that's got it and get with them and pray about it. You know, if you got a relationship with the Lord gonna bring you through that. Back in them days, I had a relationship with the Lord, but my relationship with the Lord was weak as water. You know who got me through that? My mom. Yeah, she was strong in the Lord. She prayed for me. The Bible said that the prayers of the righteous avail much. My mama prayed me through a bunch of mess. You think I'm playing with you? If you got a mama, if you ain't got somebody praying for you, you better ask somebody. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. Hey, I got to go, man. These dudes out here. And I got to go. This is BobbieD. Y'all take care. Sorry I couldn't get the messages. I got to go pick up my glasses. This BobbieD said take care. God bless. Peace. See you on the backside of tomorrow.